Awesome. Well, welcome everybody to another Mailbox Power Mastermind gathering where we help a particular business utilize Mailbox Power in creative ways that they may or may not thought of. I'm kind of your host for this operation, Casey Eberhart here, normally based out of Los Angeles, but today coming to you from Colorado Springs, which has been a fantastic time here, and headed home tonight. So today's persona, today's business that we're going to help utilize Mailbox Power is a mobile mechanic. So this is a mobile mechanic that wants to use Mailbox Power, but just not quite sure how to best utilize the system or the platform in order to accomplish his goals. So I have a little bit of a persona here in terms of some characteristics of the business. I'll go through them a couple of times where you guys are coming up with different new and unique creative ways that a mobile mechanic can use the amazing platform of Mailbox Power to help their phone ring, okay? So his problem primarily is this. The business really is divided into two sections. One is mobile mechanic, where he will go to like an office park and do oil changes for companies, or he'll be in a parking lot and try to do as many oil changes or brake inspections or whatever. So he goes to the client at, say, an office park or whatever. The other problem with his business in terms of where the money is for him, the money is really made for him is in emergency. Oh my gosh, my car's falling apart, come fix it. And he takes his tools out to the person's house or their business, or literally sometimes on the side of the road to fix the car. That's where his money is primarily made. The bread and butter is sort of these oil changes. So the problem is he kind of views his business as sort of as a need to know basis. And it's not as easy as sending a greeting card and then somebody, when their car breaks down, thinks of him. So there's a little bit of a challenge from that perspective. He does want more people to know that he exists. Like I said, he does mobile oil changes, but he also needs to be more efficient. So it's not really efficient for him to go to one part of town, undo all the tools, do one oil change in one parking lot, and then go all the way across town again to do another oil change. What he'd really like to do is go into town and do a series of oil changes in the same parking lot, moving around. So he's definitely looking to take that, be more efficient in that in that case. He actually loves those office type business because he can quickly crank them out. And one thing he has never really explored, although he is open to it, is some partnerships, some cross partnerships with people like mobile detailers, tinting companies that come out to the office and do mobile tinting, stereo installation, dent repair, those types of business. He doesn't really have any partners. He's kind of an introvert solopreneur and really is looking to use Mailbox Power and able to grow the business. So that's what we know about him. Let me repeat these while you guys are coming up with fantastic ideas in order to do this. His problem is he feels like his business is kind of an emergency type business, although he does want more people to know he exists. He also has found that the people that he changes oil for, like in a parking lot, they know who he is. So his emergency business is primarily those customers or people that kind of know him around town, if that makes sense, okay? Because then he can build that relationship. He does mobile oil changes, but he needs to be more efficient in how he does them. He loves those office visits, and he's also open to partnerships, but he hasn't really explored how that looks or anything like that. So with that, let's open this up to the Mailbox Power brain trust and see if we can help this mobile mechanic get his phone to ring. So with that, we will start with Brenda Sanchez.
Hey, Case. So the first thing I would do is there are people that are in office buildings. So I would partner with an office park to offer free mobile oil changes while they're at work, because they're there anyways. So why not get it done? And then the other one that I thought of is gyms. I mean, people go work out. What if he had it set up in the parking lot, of a gym or a place like that, a spa or a gym, where they're there anyways, and they're going to be there for an hour probably, and he could get the oil change done, and he could partner with those type of businesses. yes, the mobile detail and dent repair, and that would be great. But I actually think that some of those other businesses like fitness or a coffee shop, where people are hanging out, I think of entrepreneurs that go to like the small coffee shops around town. Why couldn't he set something up in that parking lot and then partner with the coffee shop to say, hey, you know, you can come get your work done at the coffee shop, but get your oil change at the same time, and kind of cross promote, which is
and Brenda, how would he use Mailbox Power in order to do that?
So he would reach out to those type of businesses through the mailbox, and then he would partner with those businesses, sort of like I teach real estate agents, to have them have, if they have a list that they could give him, and then he'll send it out to all of their customers to say, hey, you know, you're coming in here anyways. We have a mobile mechanic that's going to be here Tuesdays and Fridays or whatever, from 1 to 4, come schedule your meetings during that time, and we kill 2 birds with 1 stone type of deal. So partnering, and then have a StikUp at those locations that is a QR code with the times of the upcoming, because he could have a page, maybe it's not every Tuesday, but they could scan the QR code and opt into finding out where he is going to be around town, so that they can plan their networking accordingly, or their gym visits accordingly, so that they can take advantage of multiple things. But now you're cross promoting, you're getting their list, so they get to know him, he gets to know them, their list, and vice versa. Does that make sense?
Yep. Awesome. Awesome. And just out of curiosity, Brenda, how would you suggest that he finds those gyms or those places to partner with?
So I would use the list builder to go find those gyms, or get with, if he knows somebody, like, I mean, I think of Chris Dyer knows the gyms in Colorado Springs. And so if you get with one of those influencers, they can introduce you, because it's great to use our list builder, but if you've got somebody in your network that is a workout person, a personal trainer or something like that, they're going to be able to make the introduction, which will speed that process along.
Okay, awesome. And if you're just watching this and you're like, well, what the heck's a list builder? The list builder is a really unique thing in Mailbox Power that allows you to go in and basically build a list, right? And you can set in your own criteria based on geographic location, business type, revenue of those businesses, the granular nature of being able to pull a list of exactly who you want to talk to is right at your fingertips inside of Mailbox Power. So when Brenda's talking about a list builder, that's the component inside the system that is amazing in terms of helping you really find your ideal client or ideal partnership. So awesome, Brenda. Thank you. Let's go over to Marla.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I was thinking he has now accumulated these clients that he goes to the parking lots and he does. And he could do a postcard campaign to these people, maybe every month, maybe quarterly, on upkeeping their car and trying to get referrals, so that he's always there. Like, you should do this to change your oil then, you know, and I've done your car, you're due now. Set up your appointment, or would you like something, you know, interior cleaning, whatever it might be. So that he could keep in contact with them and get referrals from them, because he's done a good job for them.
Okay, awesome. Awesome, great idea. Debbie Mauro.
So Case, I was thinking about, as Brenda was talking, where do people hang out for a little while? With what I know is the real estate industry pretty well. And so I think it could be a really cool deal for him to partner with realtors to provide a oil change while he's at while they're signing documents at a title company, they're going to be there for an hour or two signing this stack of papers, right? So that could be a cool service that the realtor provides for the clients, or maybe the title company provides, because, you know, everybody gives or wants to give closing gifts. The mortgage broker does, the realtor does, but the title company does too. They want to stay top of mind, and they want to, and maybe, maybe the title company does it for the realtors that they work with. That could be a really cool thing. And then as we were talking, I was thinking that he should have a Calendly link that says where he's going to be, and they can, you know, people can schedule an appointment in advance by seeing whether he's going to be at the gym or the title company or wherever. They can go on his Calendly link and find out where he's going to be and schedule the appointment that way. So, but then certainly using the Mailbox Power to stay in touch and top of mind. I would set up a rotation. You know, I don't even know how long you're supposed to go between oil changes, because I used to drive so much, and it meant I got an oil change every month, and now I don't drive hardly at all. So it means I hardly ever get an oil change. But maybe there's, you know, it's every 3 months or every, you know, 5 months or whatever. I would put those people on a reminder. Hey, you know, we did your last oil change on such and such, and use those merge fields on such and such a date with such and such miles. You know, you should be getting, it's probably time for your next oil change. I hate saying should. I don't hate telling people what they should be doing. It's probably time for your next oil change, you know, and then here's my Calendly link to book an appointment. You know, that could be a good transition.
Okay, awesome. Great job. Marie Benoit.
I'm thinking about having a 4x6 postcard created, sent to this mechanic in bulk. And as he does an oil change or whatever he does with the car, leave 5 or, you know, I don't know, leave a certain number of those postcards in the car that he has just serviced with a thank you, and say these are for your coworkers or friends. Okay, awesome. I like that. Who else wants to jump in here while you guys are coming up with some ideas? I wrote a couple of things down that I just thought of. I'll kind of throw them in here to the mix. I am such a fan of StikUps. I thought one of the things that he could do was actually print StikUps in the 16 on a sheet page with his information, and be able to send those to used car lots or the used car lots that have lots of cars that are rotating in. And basically, as cars are coming in the inventory, perhaps opening the door and putting a StikUp on the inside of the door on every car that turns out of the lot. That way, we know that those cars are primarily going to be sold to people inside of the local community, and it would be a great way to have his message go out and inside every car that gets sold and rotated on a car lot. You know, even if you could, and I think being able to use that list builder to find the used car lots, or the slightly used or gently used or whatever car lots that don't have a referral relationship for him being able to do that. He goes and sticks his car in there with the code, so on and so forth. So I thought the StikUps. I also thought the 5 neighbors, using the neighbors component. So inside of Mailbox Power, you can literally click a button and the system will send an automated card to people, the five houses or 5 businesses within the closest distance of that. Say, hey, I'm on my way this and this day, so on and so forth. So that was the second one I came up with. I also love one of the most underutilized, in my opinion, gifts that we have is the puzzle. And so you could actually do something really fun. You could even do like a treasure map
into the parking lot, or something kind of cool to property managers or people that run industrial parks, office buildings, so on and so forth, saying, hey, I'm going to be here. It's a little bit rough for him because what he doesn't want to do is say, I'm going to be here. Then he's locked himself into a schedule. And if there's nobody there to get their car oil change, it's a complete waste. So he's trying to get people to say, hey, come here. I'm going to sign up. And then he wants to be efficient around that. And then I honestly believe the can cozy, we were talking before we hit the record button on here, the can cozy to me is one of those fun gifts that could be sent out to people in the local area that are, from an automotive perspective, that literally could have him right on their drink literally for the entire day, where they're out and about doing mobile tinting, stereo repair, mobile detailing. Some of those businesses where if you have a can of Coke or a can of Pepsi or whatever, and you're out driving around, you want to stay cool in the car. So that type of thing. So, and then the last thing I'll say before I bring Terry up is, and I think it was Debbie that said something about being able to partner with gyms and that kind of thing. One thing that I think he could do is, again, partner, but also partner with a nonprofit. So maybe he donates part of his back to a nonprofit, either with a joint of a gym membership. They do changes. He gives money back to a nonprofit, or when a nonprofit has a meeting or something where a part of that goes back, and allow, like Brenda said, to leverage those relationships inside that nonprofit. So those are just the ones I came up with off the top of my head when you guys were talking. Wait, who just took their hand down?
No, I'm ready. I'm still ready.
Oh, okay, Terry.
Here.
Okay. you're up, Terry. Welcome.
Okay. Hi, if it hadn't been mentioned, the minute that I had to get my coffee was partner with food trucks. If you're in an area where those go for lunch, and you usually have a long line of people waiting to get their food. And so they could feel extra productive and then be prepared. He could give StikUps or business card size or postcard size to the establishment, to the food truck owners, so that they have a stack there where you pick up your food. In case people don't want to take advantage of him that day, he would be covered and get advertising out, or be sitting there with and also does he have, I assume he would have a mobile, his unit has all the display and information on the side of his van or whatever he uses too, so that he would get double, triple advertising and a backup plan, and just do that periodically. Some areas, our area doesn't, they food trucks show up for events, but not on a regular basis. But if he's in a town that has that, I think that would be, as a busy person, and also a lot of times those are parked in business parks where there's office buildings.
Yeah, I live in Los Angeles, and we literally have food truck events where it'll be an all day where they go take over like a high school parking lot or something and create an entire food experience. So awesome, Terry. Thank you. Debbie.
Yeah, so when Terry said that, it made me think of Brenda Wise, because when I was in Virginia the last time, Brenda and I had lunch together, and we talked about a car wash, a small car wash that she was partnering with to help them grow their business. And we talked about actually having food trucks at the car wash. And this is another perfect business for her to tie in with the car wash. And, same story, she could partner with the mobile mechanic guy and send out a postcard of when he's going to be there, or put StikUps in her shop of his Calendly link for when he's going to be there at her space to do the mobile oil changes. So
okay, awesome. Yeah, Terry, you're up again.
I also thought he should be prepared if for emergency weather events, tornadoes that cause dents, those straight wind storms, so that he would have his cards already made, because when those happen, he would have to hit it really quick and get those out, which would happen if he's got his cards already made, when he's got some off time. So, and whatever else, makes all his things, or, hurricanes, awesome. Tornadoes, all that.
Absolutely. Tornadoes, hail, wind. In the case of Los Angeles, a sprinkle. We have storm watch when that happens. So awesome, awesome. Who else has anything they'd like to add inside here to help our mobile mechanic get his phone to ring? Yeah, Marie.
I don't know what the process for doing this is, but partnering with insurance companies. You know, insurance companies are always giving out preferred people to repair your car, as an example. So I don't know how you get on those lists, but I would certainly work on that.
And how would he tie in Mailbox Power into that?
Maybe initially contacting the insurance companies with, you know, something from Mailbox Power as a door opener.
Okay. And how would he find those insurance agencies?
Through the list builder within Mailbox Power. I mean, it's all within Mailbox Power at your fingertips for sure.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Thanks, Marie. Natalie.
My two thoughts were first a dog park and then donating proceeds to a dog rescue or something like that, because people are sitting there with their dogs. And then the other thing was we have a lot of farmers markets here, so he could rent out a spot at a farmer's market, and while the people are walking around checking out the booths, he could do his oil changes there.
Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Marla.
I was thinking, especially in LA, all the colleges and universities, movie sets, all that kind of stuff, where he can partner with them because the kids are in classes, the actors are busy doing all their stuff, and they need time, you know, they don't have time to go and get their oil changed or do other things. I think he could partner with them and potentially make a big impact.
Okay, and how would he use Mailbox Power in order to further that cause?
He would contact universities by talking to maybe, I don't know who's in charge of like activities that are outside. For instance, here in Rochester, it wouldn't work, but we have food trucks all the time at the universities. So whoever's in charge of that process, he could use the list builder to do that, and also have a connection with someone in the movie industry that is doing stuff so that he could contact them and they could set up a schedule that would work for them to be on set.
Okay, awesome. That's actually a great idea for towns where they shoot things like Atlanta, Vancouver, Canada, LA. Obviously, if you've got a movie community in your area, I happen to know that. I know that space very, very well, and it's absolutely awesome. We used to bring on massage folks and let our crews do massages. So that might be that's a great idea, Marla. I love that. Helen.
Birthday automations. Nobody's mentioned birthdays. So getting his clients onto a birthday automation just so that he can keep in contact with them throughout the year and let them know.
What's a birthday automation for somebody that's not familiar with the system? Maybe he doesn't know what an automation, what does that mean?
So that means that you have your clients' birthdays again listed in their contact information, and then you have the system automatically send them a birthday card and even a half birthday card as well.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. I love that. Who else? Terry, did you have your hand up again?
Well, if he has some kind of licensing or bonding, because they may be going to do, when you talk about other people leaving their car with him and they're going off to do something else and you're not paying attention. I mean, I have, if you drive a clunker, you might not care, but, have some kind of, or a referral on his cards, a little, review of somebody in their little face that says, hey, I've left my blah, blah, blah with him and does a great job, just to give some, I mean, I don't know that those type businesses would have any type of licensing, but if there is, he needs to strum up something to make himself the expert and the professional, loyal person,
Yeah, maybe
just a peace of mind for the customer.
Yeah, building on what you said, Terry, I was just thinking that's a great idea. You could actually take your Yelp reviews, or if people give him a review, be able to create a card or even a gigagram that goes out to those places where he either wants to go, or reinforcing using the 5 neighborhood touch to build trust and being remembered based on those reviews. Obviously, he's only going to use 5-star reviews in those cards, but I think it's a great way to build trust with inside of a community. That's great. That's great. Anybody else? Just either take yourself off mute or raise your hand here, and we'll get you in. Going. Okay, well, we're going to put a lid on this one for the mobile mechanic. This has been a great discussion. I think he's going to really be happy when he sees this. If you are a mobile mechanic, get back with the person that showed you this and say, hey, tell me about the list builder. I think it'll help you really grow your business. So with that, everybody, have an amazing day. We will see you next time for another Mailbox Power Mastermind group where we help a business get unstuck in how to get their phone to ring using the Mailbox Power ecosystem. Ciao for now. We'll see you next time.